Hi, I'm Daniel Andrews, owner and creator of the DAN Show, and welcome to my latest 2021 NFL mock draft video. Today, I'm going to break down the Detroit Lions and what they're going to do with the 7th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. Now, if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to get notified anytime I come out with a new video. Now, I come out currently with a new draft video every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Plus, I go live on YouTube every Friday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. There's 3 things about the live stream. Number 1, please be over 18. Number 2, anything goes. And number 3, be ready to talk football. Now that I got that out of the way, let's start the show. When breaking down the Lions, a few things stand out. First off, the Goff trade compensation. You went ahead and you got a 3rd round pick this year, but you got a first one in 2022 and a 1st rounder in 2023. And keep in mind, you also have a defensive coordinator and head coach that came from the Saints, which run a varied scheme. Most of the time they were a passing team because you have Drew Brees. However, take a look at 2019. When Teddy Bridgewater was the starting quarterback, the Saints were a run-heavy team. Keep in mind your new offensive coordinator is Anthony Lynn. He was the Chargers head coach. He's an old-school type of guy. And you also have Ray Agnew and Brad Holmes, your general manager and assistant general manager. Both these guys came from the Rams, where they were instrumental in using multiple draft picks to trade up to draft Jared Goff #1 overall. So what are all these things telling me? It's telling me that the 7th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft is not going to be a quarterback despite Trey Lance being there. Now, why is that important and why am I saying that? Is because I do think there is a possibility that Trey Lance could be the pick and that you could use him in a Taysom Hill type of role very similarly to what the Saints did. Keep in mind, you also have your defense coordinator, head coach from New Orleans. It makes a lot of sense. It could happen, but I don't think they'll do that. I think that what they're going to do is give Goff the opportunity to succeed with Detroit, but that leash is short because they do have 2 first-round picks in 2022 and 2023. What I think the Lions are going to do is use the 7th pick in the draft to give Goff the weapons that it takes to be the successful quarterback. Now, because you do have 2 first-round quarterbacks available in Trey Lance and Mac Jones, trading down is definitely a possibility. In fact, when the 7th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft is made, I'm not really sure it's the Lions who are making that pick. I think there's definitely a chance that the best way to help their team win is to trade down. But in my mock draft, there is no trade, so let's look at some of the players that could be the pick here. First off, both Alabama wide receivers are available. I've seen a lot of mock drafts with either Devontae Smith or Jalen Waddle here at 7. And it makes a lot of sense. You got a Pro Bowl tight end in T.J. Hawkinson. You got a budding young superstar running back in DeAndre Swift. Having either one of these guys on the field immediately increases your offensive production. They don't even have to do anything. They can just stand there, and it opens the field up for both of these guys. So taking a wide receiver here makes a lot of sense. But this is a deep wide receiver draft. You could easily get a wide receiver in rounds 2 or 3 that could go ahead and help your team out. My very first mental mock draft, I had the Lions taking Patrick Surtain too. Patrick Surtain's son. I was a big fan of his when he was in Miami and Kansas City. And this is my #1 overall corner. And this is a guy I got a major draft crush on. I think it's a very good possibility that the Lions go ahead and make this selection. It just was announced today that Desmond Trufant, a free agent corner, will be released. So taking a corner here also makes a lot of sense. Now, the corner draft is also pretty deep, but even though they could take a corner in rounds 2 or 3, you're not going to get anybody Surtain's quality. Surtain would be a day 1 starter here. But I'm going in a different direction. Now, keep in mind, out of the 3 Bama players, I think it's much more likely that the Lions go with Surtain. than any one of the receivers, and that's just my personal opinion. I toyed around the Lions going with a defensive end here. You got Gregory Rousseau and Jalen Phillips. You only got 24 sacks last year. That number needs to improve. So getting a guy to help you in that department makes a lot of sense. Either one of these guys makes a lot of sense. But 7's a little too rich to take either one of these guys. Jeremiah Owasu Karamoya, I'm butchering the name. I call him JOK. He's one of my favorite players in the draft. And this is a position of need. The Lions have maybe the slowest linebacking core in the NFL. So you go ahead and draft JOK. That makes a lot of sense. Again, I think 7, it's a little rich. But if you remember, I said it's likely that the Lions trade down. San Francisco picks at 12. Has been rumored to want to trade up for a quarterback. If that trade happens and the Lions pick at 12, JOK is going to be the pick at 12. However, 7's a little rich, and there are no trades in this mock draft. So, with the 7th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions will select Penei Sewell, offensive lineman out of Oregon. Okay, why Sewell? Okay, look, I don't have him as a generational talent that some other people do, but this was a unanimous All-American and Outland Award winner. This is a guy who's got massive upside. The thing is, though, is that going into when they first started breaking down the draft, I kept seeing him as 6'3", 6'3". Now, all of a sudden, he's magically grown to 6'5". The NFL Network has him listed at 6'6". See, I saw him at 6'3", so I put him at offensive line. I didn't list him as a tackle. However, he could come to Detroit and play right tackle. Now, you have your right tackle starter as Terrell Crosby. He was a 5th-round pick in 2018. That means he's a free agent next year. And he's a good player, but he's far from elite. See, what you could do is you could draft Sewell, play him at guard this year, put him at tackle next year, or you can put him at tackle this year. You could go ahead and you could trade Crosby. He's a pending free agent next year. You don't have that much invested in him. Take a look at your coaching staff. Dan Campbell and Anthony Lynn. These are both old school guys. Take a look at the Saints. The Saints have 3 first-round picks on that offensive line. And Anthony Lynn, last time that he took an Oregon Duck early in the draft, that didn't work out that bad. Yes, he did get fired, but, that wasn't a bad pick. So, listen, I think that these two guys are absolutely going, these are old school guys. They're going to absolutely fall in love with this 20-year-old kid with a high motor and a really high athletic upside. And he was considered, and this is very key, he was considered a leader on the Oregon Ducks. He was considered a leader by his teammates. That's something very key for this new regime. So, hey, this is my opinion, but I want to hear from you. What do you think? Do you like this pick? Did you boo this pick? I gave my opinion, so let's hear from you now. Monday, I'm going to break down the Carolina Panthers and what they're going to do with the 8th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. Tonight is the live stream, so if you're watching this now, if it's Friday, I hope to see you tonight.